This video covers SolidEdge family of assemblies for SolidWorks users who use assembly configurations. The first thing to know is that we are not talking about configurations in SolidEdge. SolidEdge configurations are for display only and are more akin to SolidWorks display states. There is a previous video that shows SolidEdge family of parts. Family of parts is similar to SolidWorks part configurations, except that the family of parts publishes a separate part for each configuration or family member as they are called in SolidEdge. SolidEdge family of assemblies keeps all of the family members within the single assembly. SolidEdge assemblies automatically create star.cfg files. These contain display configuration data that is used, for example, when you hide or show parts in a drawing, and use the SolidEdge configuration function to do that. If you have not used the SolidEdge configurations, these files are not used for anything and can be deleted. Family of assemblies are part of the alternate assemblies functionality. Also, part of alternate assemblies is the alternate position. So, alternate position and family of assemblies are both part of alternate assemblies. Family of assemblies allows you to create assemblies with some variation in the parts list or the bill of materials, and also how parts are mated together. Alternate position assemblies are generally used just for creating assemblies with parts in different positions, using assembly relationships without bill of materials differences. There is also something called adjustable assemblies, which is not directly related to alternate assemblies. This is like flexible subassemblies in SolidWorks. For example, a hinge assembly could be an adjustable assembly and be shown in open and closed states in different occurrences within an upper-level assembly. This allows your parts list to be correct without needing different names for hinge assemblies in different positions. Any assembly that is put into an upper-level assembly can be placed as adjustable if it has an open degree of freedom for one of the parts. You can access adjustable assemblies by right-clicking on the subassembly in the upper-level assembly, Pathfinder, and selecting Simplified/Adjustable and Adjustable Assemblies. You can also get there under the Drag Component drop-down. The opposite of adjustable assemblies is rigid assemblies. You can also set an assembly to always be placed as an adjustable assembly in the Assembly tab of the Options dialog. As a note, you cannot in-place edit, or that's in context for SolidWorks users, an adjustable assembly. Also, assemblies that use the alternate assembly functionality cannot be used as adjustable assemblies. Let's take a look at how alternate assemblies works. Here's an assembly that has no alternate assemblies set up at this time. To access the alternate assemblies interface, we use the drop-down from the Quick Select menu or from an existing pane. The interface uses the terms family of assemblies and alternate assemblies interchangeably. Here you will see family of assemblies when it really should say alternate assemblies, because you could make either a family of assembly or an alternate position assembly from the same starting point. So just be aware of this and pay attention to the state of your model and what the interface is asking for. Once you have the Family of Assemblies pane available, you can create New Family of Assemblies by clicking on the New button. This will give you a choice of what kind of alternate assemblies document you want to create. You can go down either path, alternate position or family of assemblies, but once you've made that selection, you can't change your mind and you can't delete the functionality altogether. Alternate position is intended to show the same product in different positions. So, for example, a cabinet with a door open or closed. Family of assembly is meant to represent similar but different products and may even have unique part numbers. For example, a 2-foot cabinet and a 3-foot cabinet, or a cabinet with a door and a cabinet without a door. The alternate position bill of materials will not change, but the family of assemblies bill of materials will or may change. Conceptually, alternate position is much simpler and it avoids the added complexity that family of assemblies requires. So if all you need is to show an assembly in a different position, you should select the alternate position option. So you make your choice between creating a family of assemblies and creating an alternate position assembly, and now you name the current member. I usually name the current member default. We'll call this next one new member. All of the family members are listed here in this drop-down. You can create additional family members using the new button or by working in a table. Generally speaking, working in a table is easier because you can see all of the changes for all of the various family members all at once. I've made this an alternate position assembly, and I want to use a relationship, assembly mate in SolidWorks speak, to drive that alternate position. The relationship is a zero distance offset from a plane, and I want to put that distance variable in the variable list. In order to do that, I'll go to the Tools tab, the Variables table, and as you mouse over each variable, it highlights in the graphics window. You can select it here. And if you don't have it named, you can still find it visually and then use this button to add the variable to the list. We will have to go to each family member and update this number, but doing things one by one like that can get tedious, especially if you have a lot of variables or you have a lot of family members. So in this case, we're going to go to the Family of Assemblies table. I'm going to add new family members and call this one Position 1, Position 2, and Position 3. And I can change these numbers easily, say -25, -50, -75. And from here we can go back and check each one of the family members, Position 1, Position 2, and Position 3. Here's a different assembly, and in this assembly we've created a family of assemblies, and with this option, remember, we can swap out parts and other variables. So what I'm going to focus on here is occurrence overrides. This will swap out some individual parts. To do this, you select the family member that you want to change. You can right-click on the part under More, and then go to Replace Part, and make sure that you've got the right part selected. The part that I selected was a family of parts member. I'll use the drop-down to select which member I want to use. You could also browse to find another part that's not related to the family of parts. Switch to Variation 2 and right-click, More, Replace Part. Accept that occurrence and select a family member. This only works this way because these parts were set up beforehand with the family of parts functionality, and now you can switch between the various family members for that individual part to go to Variation 1, Variation 2, and Variation 3 of the assembly. To create a drawing from an alternate assemblies document, just do it in the normal way. Use the drop-down for the New and select Drawing of Active Model. Select your template. Because this is an alternate position assembly, SolidEdge recognizes that and gives us the choice of what family member to use as a primary view and what to use as an alternate view. And now you can see SolidEdge is ready to create this view using a different font for the alternate position. You can also use the scroll wheel on your mouse to change the view scale. Thanks for watching.